Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Raka Pradhana from Public Administration 2022 with less registration number 204. First of all, I want to say thank you to Miss Fanny who has given me time to speak in front of you. In this video, I will explain about public policy. The first is abstract. A policy is a series of program, activities, action, and attitudes. Public policy is carried out by a government directed a goal of solving a public problem or public interest. It refers to public policy as the power games in a specific institutional context played out between various public actors who make a concerted effort to resolve a collective problem in collaboration with or in opposition to parastate and private actor. It aids the public policy is a large number of legislative and administrative activities aimed at the resolution of real problems. And now I will explain about introduction. Public policy can be defined as a series of programs, activities, action, decision, attitudes to act or not to act by parties who have the power to decide the policy in response to a problem, which aims as a stage for solving the problem faced. Policy setting is an important factor for organization to achieve their goals. Therefore, policy can also be referred to as an effort to achieve certain goals, as well as an effort to solve problem using special resource or facilities. And within a certain time, public policy is defined by various aspects as a series of constitution and structure activities carried out by the government that involve interest parties, stakeholders, and certain fields carried out to achieve predetermined goals in Indonesia. Existing police often cause pros and cons between the community and the government. The community as people who are affected by the police made by the government. Of course, the community wants the public police made to help people at large. However, in fact, the public police made by the government seems to benefit some parties and actually harm the people. And now the definition of public policy. Public policy is an action or activities that intentionally or not carried out by a person, group, or government in which there is an element of decision in the form of an effort to choose between various existing alternatives in order to achieve certain aims and objectives. Public policy is a policy developed by a government against or a government official. There are benefit of public policy for society, such as the first is can shape democratic behavior or culture. Second is creating order in society. The third is can form a legal community. The fourth is creating peace and harmony in society. And the fifth can form a moral and noble society. Sixth is realizing community welfare. And the seventh can form civil society. And the last is protecting people rights. And then the purpose is Sociality Abdul Wahab, Solihin Abdul Wahab, as quoted by Soekarno, by following an opinion addressed. And I mentioned several reasons for the purpose of studying public policy as follows. The first is a scientific reason. Scientific reason is a public policy is studied with the intention of gaining extensive knowledge about its origins, the process of its development, and it is consequence for society. In this case, the policy can be viewed as a dependent variable or as an independent variable. The second is professional reason. In this case, Don K. Price makes a distinction between the scientific state, which attempts to establish knowledge, and the professional state which seeks to apply scientific knowledge to solving practical social problems. And the last is political reasons. Studying public policy is basically intended so that the government can take the right policies to achieve the right goals as well. Some political scientific are inclined to the choice that public policy studies should be directed to ascertain whether the government takes appropriate policies to achieve the right goals. And then I will explain the discussion. The first is theory. Public policy determines the form of a life of every nation and state. All countries face relatively the same problems. What is different is how they respond to these problems. This response is referred to as public policy. And because public policy is the domain of the state or government, or the power of the stakeholders, public policy is a factual form of every government's effort to manage life together, which is called the state and the nation. The superiority of each country is increasingly determined by the country's ability to develop superior public policy. Public policy is made by the government in the form of government action. Public policy, either to do or not to do something, has a specific purpose. Public policy is intended for the benefit of society. And the methods is the research on strategies in increase to the competence of the state civil apparatus, competence through in change literacy and public policy education conducted by Apandi qualitative research methods, where research conduct direct interview with the state civil apparatus in order to find answer the innovations issue. In this method, the human capital process approach is used. ASN is the subject as well as the object of the research. I think that's all from me. If there any mistake, please forgive me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.